Did you really? I didn't see any. We drove around. Maybe it was too cold this weekend for them. They're like, screw it, I'm going home. Yeah. Hey, you know, some of them aren't real, all right? Some of them aren't really homeless, and that could be in my other stories. I have plenty of homeless people stories. But anyways, all right, so when I go to work, I take the freeway, and so when I come home, and the streets are here are a little different, but like I take the freeway, and I would have to take the off-ramp, and there's like a light there, and then I'd have to go left under the overpass, and then I'd go home. Anyways, this one day, I'll just tell you, like at that light off the off-ramp from the freeway, there's always like been a homeless guy there with a sign. And you know, if I'm walking down the street and I see a homeless person, I have some change, I usually give money to them. But driving my car, it always felt weird, and so I never really did. I would just kind of ignore them and act like I'm singing or something with my radio. It's not even working. And just kind of ignore them. But this one day, I exit the freeway, and there's, you know, it's a red light, and so there's like 4 or 5 cars in front of me. So it's like me to almost the back of the room there of cars, and it's my car, and then this monster truck pulls up behind me, and it's like huge, and it's just mostly tires, and I can feel it vibrating to earth. And I can't see inside, it's just like a tinted window. It feels like an angry man, and I can kind of hear like the announcer like, Monster Madness! You know? Yeah, Sunday, whatever. But today is not Sunday, so Monday! But, you know, I just feel like this pressure, and like I feel like it's gonna run me over. And so I'm sitting there, and I know like as soon as that light turns green, I'm just gonna need to start going. And anyhow, I have this Ziploc bag that had carrots, and I'm scarfing down these carrots, you know, that had left over from lunch. And I look over expecting to see some homeless guy on the corner by the light. And as I look, there's a homeless woman. And there's a homeless guy, for whatever reason, I'm usually like, yeah, get a job, man. But there's a homeless woman, so my heart went out to her. Like, I was like, that could be my mom or something, you know? You guys would do the same thing. And so I just felt like I should do something. And in LA, if you've ever been to LA, you have to pay for parking just about everywhere. So my cup holders are full of quarters. And I just finished these carrots in the Ziploc bag. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give her all these quarters. So I scoop up these quarters out of my car, I empty it, put it into this Ziploc bag. It's like 2 or 3 pounds worth of quarters now. And so I'm like, dude, this is awesome. She's like, change her life, you know? And so, I'm like, good job, Johnny. Already patted myself on the back. And so I roll down my window, and I hold out this 2-pound bag of quarters, and I've never done this before, like at a stop sign in my car or whatever, right? So she's like a good distance away, and I hold the quarters out like this, and she has her sign, and she just does this. She puts it down. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, aren't you supposed to come get it? Am I supposed to get out? I haven't done this before, and so I don't know what to do, and I can't throw left-handed that far because it would just go like, you know? And so I don't know what to do. I'm starting to freak out, and the light turns green. And then the cars in front of me, they just take off. So instinctively, because the monster truck guy, I just start going, because I'm like, oh, I better go, he's gonna kill me. And so I'm like this, and I start going, and I'm approaching her pretty fast, and I look down, I actually look at the speedometer, and I'm like going like about 30 miles an hour now. And I'm like, holy cow, how's this exchange gonna happen? You know, she's just a woman. I mean, I can't like throw it in her gut like a football player and just, ooh, got it, and she's gonna run off with it. And I'm like, what if she holds on to it too long and pulls me out of the car and I like get run over by the monster truck if I don't let go and I run over her? And so I'm freaking out. And then I get this moment of clarity, like times like just pauses, like it starts going slow-mo, and I'm like, Johnny, you're a martial artist. You just need to focus your timing. 30 miles an hour with a 30-pound bag of quarters. And so, as I'm doing this, I'm like, all I have to do is go, and gently flick my wrist like that at 20, 30 miles an hour with this 2-pound bag of quarters. I'll watch it gracefully land in her hands. Perfect solution. And so, as I'm going, I'm like, okay, Johnny, and I release. And I swear, if you've ever been in a car accident or a tragedy or something like that, time slows down, and I believe God is up there, and he's like, wait. He pauses it, hits slow-mo, he's like, Jesus, Moses, come on over. Grab the nachos. This one's gonna be good. And so I'm going, right? And I release this 2-pound bag of quarters at 20, 30 miles an hour. And everything just goes slow. And I watch as this 2-pound bag of quarters flies in the air at like 30 miles an hour. 2 or 3 pound bag of quarters. And smacks her in the face. She had no time to respond. It was like this. And, alright, so it was really tragic. But as it hit, the bag rips open, quarters fall, like glistening in the sunlight. It was beautiful. But all I could do was this. No! Like I just yelled no. As I hit her in the face with quarters, she goes down like, no! That was my only reaction. And I couldn't slow down. I was going so fast and it screeched around the corner and there's no way for me to turn around without going like 10 miles away and looping around to see if she's alive. So I just kept going. I'm never going to give homeless people money again. I felt like such a douchebag that day. I'm sure the guy in the monster truck was like, dude, you're supposed to get out of your car. What's wrong with you? And so anyways, that's a totally true story. Before that day, there's always been a homeless person there. There's always been a homeless person there. And no joke, after that day, never again. Because I drove by, like every single day, hoping to see her alive or a white cross to let me know what happened. But never again. And I really do think that they met under a bridge, like all these homeless people meet, like at the bridge or whatever, like by a barrel fire. And they're like, hey, where's Sarah at? You didn't hear? She's dead. Some guy killed her with quarters. We had just enough to bury her.
Oh my God.
Get a bag of nachos? No, but true story. Yeah. That's me, guys. That's my life. Alright? So you might think, oh, that's pretty cool, you do voiceover for stuff. No, but in real life, like outside of all that, that's the stuff I do. I hurt homeless people. Yeah, I should run for office. I'll clean up the city fast. I just carry a bag of quarters around. Like all the homeless people be like, that's got quarters! Alright, guys. Enough of that.